Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a magnifying glass to a single, incredibly powerful concept from The Strength of Sensitivity. We're going to break down exactly how this text totally flips our traditional understanding of crying right on its head. It's a real game changer. But, before we really unpack the text, just take a second to think about how society typically views crying. Usually emotional expression gets slapped with a label like vulnerability or even a weakness, right? Establishing this baseline is absolutely crucial because it makes the claim we're about to analyze so much more impactful. Once we understand that conventional societal framing, the bold pivot our source makes becomes crystal clear. All right, so here is the exact sentence we are zeroing in on today: why sensitive people cry more and why that's a strength. This single sentence literally contains the complete architecture of the author's argument, and we're going to pull it apart piece by piece. It is actually fascinating how much weight and structural intent can be packed into just 12 words. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, the trait of sensitivity. So, right off the bat, the text establishes a direct, observable baseline action: why sensitive people cry more. It explicitly links the physical act of crying to a specific demographic, which is highly sensitive individuals. It's a straightforward cause and effect. This sets the stage for everything that follows, grounding us in a totally recognizable human behavior before attempting to dissect it. Look at how the author isolates the demographic and the behavior right up front. First, sensitive people. Second, they cry more. It lays down this verifiable, factual premise as a firm foundation before offering any further interpretation. Actually, by locking in these two variables immediately, the author ensures that we, the audience, are entirely grounded in the objective subject matter. Moving right along to section 2, reframing crying as a strength. Now, the real pivot happens right here, and why that's a strength. So the text doesn't just observe the behavior of crying, it actively redefines it. It takes an act that society often labels as a vulnerability and firmly repositions it as a positive asset. It completely subverts the standard narrative, challenging us to look at emotional output through a totally different lens. This really illustrates the core dynamic of the author's argument. On one hand, you've got the raw, observable action, sensitive people crying more, juxtaposed with its newly defined value on the other. It's a total expectation versus reality arc. And the gap between those two ideas, the initial action and the subsequent reframe, is exactly where the author's message finds its power. Let's just focus on this one single word for a second: strength. This noun is undeniably the cornerstone of the author's entire thesis. By using it, the source completely rejects the premise of weakness, basically drawing a line in the sand. It's not called a quirk or a byproduct or some sort of acceptable flaw. No, it is definitively labeled as a core asset, fundamentally changing how we classify sensitivity. So, to wrap up our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this thought to chew on. If crying is objectively and actively framed as a strength, how does that change how you view your own emotional responses? It seriously challenges you to completely reevaluate your own sensitivity in your day-to-day life. Think about it. Keep learning, and thanks so much for watching.